You know, sounds like you got quite a past.
What are you doing, Arthur?
You clearly ain't as sweet and innocent as you play it.
Just leave me alone, will you?
Gonna have to keep our eye on you.
Will you go away?
You ain't so high and mighty, Abigail Roberts.
Leave it, Arthur. I ain't in the mood.
Thinking you're better than everyone.
Stop it! Now!
Oh my God, you.
Did you think that up all by yourself?
The densest bastard.
I said! Fun?
Come along.
That's not right. Time to get the law involved. Why is the law?
Why the hell you carrying that gun around here?
Please, don't pull that trigger!
Gonna be dead soon, partner.
Don't take no shit! You need to kill this asshole. Hey! I'm bringing you in, one way or another!
Okay, take it easy.
That's one way to cure a man of hunger.
What's happening to this place? Emerson's heard that died. Heard it was poison.
Feed your horse, mister.
Gonna bury you!
You best give up, amigo, before you get killed.
I give up!
Damn you. I'll drag your ass if I have to.
Gentlemen, I bring libation. You have been a very silly young man, Tacitus. When your uncle hears about this, there will be hell to pay in Newport.
I'm real sorry, cousin. I must moderate my approach to wine.
Oh, you must. Good day, gentlemen.
My God, wouldn't it have been easier just to shoot them?
Come on, we should split up. Get out of here.
Hello, fellas.
I owe you one. Hey! Hey! Come on. What the hell are you yelling about?
Oh, I got bit. Oh, God. Oh, I need medicine. Or a siphon. Oh, oh,
All right. All right. Quit moaning.
oh, Christ. Oh, oh, God.
Let's keep this between us.
Oh, you saved my life. I owe you.
Got that right.
Poor thing. Poor thing. Come here. Okay.
Lord have mercy!
Shit. Nice around here.
General store.
I'm kind of new to these parts.
Uh-huh.
My lord, what is this place called?
I do wish you would give me some space to breathe.
Keep on like that, you're gonna answer for it.
Hey, can't no one around here take a joke?
You need to get your head checked.
You're a chump, partner.
You think I won't
Dear
kill you?
Lord, protect
Not a
me.
smart bet.
Okay, take it easy.
So I can go about my business then?
You were 1 second away from being filled with lead,
Phew.
my friend.
Okay, then.
Whew! Did you just wrestle some pigs?
Looks like you've been rolling with the pigs today.
You hear about the bandits on the run?
I'll be damned.
Watch it, dummy.
Well, you act tough.
Time to bed you down!
That was me. I'm gonna stop you, Al.
Incredible. See? That's what happens.
All in it together.
Anyways, I can see you ain't interested in any of this, so I'll just shut my mouth.
You think being a lowlife makes you tough?
You best think twice about how you talk to me.
That's it! Not as much fun as you thought, you dumb bastard!
I was enjoying.
This is the end!
Next time, run away.
I ain't no missionary. This ain't my trouble.
Times done changed, ain't they?
Careful, big man.
Hey, give me some room here. What's your goddamn problem? I've had enough of you.
Ain't you had enough of this shit?
see the blood on the ice. Damn nice. Oh, this guy, I fucked him so hard. Let me check this. My character can't even run, man. It's cool. Hey. Wait. Alright, so I've actually made it. Come on. Yeah, down. The fuck? I just got them with the horse, what the hell?
Gaming Bolt presents 15 insane little details you may have missed in Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar have really done wonders with Red Dead Redemption 2, and more specifically, its world. The kind of detail the game's open world environment exhibits is staggering and unprecedented, and lends an unbelievable level of realism and immersion to everything going on around you. In this feature, we're going to take a look at 15 of the coolest, not-so-apparent details that we've spotted in Red Dead Redemption 2 so far. If there are any that you've come across that we haven't mentioned, let us know in your comments. Bullet holes in boats. Boats with bullet holes are kind of useless. That's how it works in the real world, but not always in games. In Red Dead Redemption 2, though, that is how it works. If you shoot at a boat or canoe, you can see holes appearing in the exact places where the bullet hit. You can also see water slowly entering the boat through these holes before it eventually sinks. Class Catch. Rockstar's Euphoria engine is widely lauded as one of the best physics engine in the industry, and Red Dead Redemption 2 puts it to great use. Everything reacts to physical interaction. For instance, if you walk into a table or a barrel with things on top of it, those things might fall off. If at the exact moment they're falling off you decide to pick them up and put them into your inventory, you won't see them magically appear in your hand or in your bag. You'll see Arthur actually catch them mid-air before they hit the ground. Walking on different terrain. Depending on what surface Arthur is walking on, his gait will be noticeably different. If you're walking in the deep, soft mud of the swamplands, he'll walk slower, while walking in deep snow will also have a similar effect. If you try to climb up or down steep slopes, you'll see him slipping and sliding. If Arthur walks on ice, you will see him slipping on its surface. These things will all apply to horses as well. Bandage Salesman. At any given time, you can enter whichever shop you want to rob them by holding the shopkeepers and salesmen at gunpoint and threatening them to open the cash register or even beating them until they agree to do so. But this leaves a bit of a permanent effect. If you return to these shops later on, you can see bruises and wounds on their faces, while if you beat them up too much, they might even have bandages wrapped around their heads. Shooting someone in the throat. You'll be doing a lot of shooting in Red Dead Redemption 2, and while you're at it, you'll probably notice that depending on where your bullets hit your enemies, they react differently. Shoot them in the legs and they will stagger. Shoot them in the stomach and they'll double over and take more damage. Shoot them in the head and they'll die. I mean, obviously. Shoot them in the throat, though, and they will bleed out slowly and die a painful and torturous death. The clocks. Here's another really cool detail in the game that you might not even notice even after a full playthrough. There are several clocks in buildings and establishments spread across the world of Red Dead Redemption 2, but all of these clocks are accurate and they're all synced. The game time and the time shown in the clocks is always the same, and you can even see their individual hands moving and functioning properly. Arthur's clothes. The fact that Arthur's clothes get dirtier and cleaner appropriately is probably already pretty well known. Fall down in the mud and you can see it all over his clothes. Go into a lake or stand in the rain and you can see the dirt getting washed off. But it goes even further than that. If you're carrying a dead body, you can see that it actually leaves bloodstains on Arthur's clothes. After rainfall. It's not just Arthur and his clothes that look different after a heavy bout of rain. Dirt roads become muddy roads, there are a lot more puddles everywhere, the trees and foliage glisten with moisture, and even your horse's fur looks different. As the rain clouds roll away and the sun peeks out, you can actually see all of the moisture and wetness gradually evaporating as well. Cleaning your horse. Cleaning your horse in Red Dead Redemption 2 is quite vital. While cleaning your horse with your brush, you can see its fur visibly getting less dirty, while you can also see dust flying out while you brush it. In fact, if your horse walks through a muddy area or a swamp, you can see that its hooves and legs are filthier than the rest of its body. Of course, after standing out in the rain with your horse or taking it for a swim in a lake, you can also see the fur on its entire body glistening gloriously. Hitting animals with your horse or birds with Arthur himself. If you don't have the patience for tracking an animal and silently killing it, you can always try a different approach, like riding into it at full speed and killing it. This works differently depending on the kind of animal you hit. Smaller animals like rabbits die easily, and you don't necessarily have to be going too fast. Deer may or may not die instantly and may still need to take more damage before they go down, while something like a bison doesn't take too much damage. Flying birds may also clash with Arthur or the horse and die instantly. Mud deformation. We've spoken plenty of the mud in Red Dead Redemption 2, but there's just so much to say. For example, mud deforms dynamically and reacts appropriately to stuff. For instance, if you're in the swamplands and throw a dead body into the mud, you can see it slowly sinking in. If you pick up the body, you can see the mud reform around where the corpse was. It's almost like real mud. Snow deformation. Watching snow deformation is every gamer's favorite thing, and as such, Red Dead Redemption 2 is every gamer's dream game, because the snow here is excellent. The deformation, for starters, is permanent, so trails or footprints don't magically disappear over time. Furthermore, it also reacts differently to different things, so the deformation will be different depending on whether you're walking around on foot or riding around on a horse. Burnt horses. Your horses are your most trusted companions in Red Dead Redemption 2, but they can also take damage and die, which makes them even more valuable. One of the ways that they can take damage, of course, is if they catch fire. If they somehow manage to survive that, it will still leave a permanent mark. How so? Well, all of their fur will be burnt, leaving them all black and crispy. Your weapons. Weapon degradation is also something that you need to keep an eye on in Red Dead Redemption 2. You need to make sure that they don't get too dirty or too wet, as that might lead to them getting jammed up. When you do clean your weapons, you can actually see the dirt and grime on them, and as Arthur rubs them with oil and a rag, you can see the dirt slowly getting wiped away. Decomposition. This was one of the things Rockstar publicly talked about before the game even launched, so there's a good chance that you may know about this one. Dead bodies of both animals and people don't magically disappear. They remain where they're dropped, and they slowly decompose and rot over time and eventually even attract flies and scavengers. And that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed what you watched and want to see more from Gaming Bolt, you can always hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon next to it. That way you will never miss any of our videos.